Hey YouTube, welcome to my personal vlogging channel. This video I intend to kind of provide some commentary on the State of the Union address that Obama had to make about a week ago. I say had to make because in the Constitution, the President of the United States must deliver a State of the Union address within a certain time frame in the beginning of every year. I intended to actually have commentary with me kind of splicing in segments of his video, but frankly I'm a little lazy to re-watch an hour-long video. And politics, though I do like talking about them, are kind of boring when you're watching a politician. It's mostly fluff words and then bullshit. I don't care if you agree with the politician. First thing I intend to talk about was, he talked about cutting tax loopholes. I actually agree with that. That can be a bad thing. Like, what year was it? 2008, I believe it was. No, sorry, 2007. General Electric paid $0 in taxes. And General Electric, or GE, actually has a floor dedicated to finding tax loopholes to get out of paying taxes. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that they should be allowed to do that, I mean. Next up, he covered raising the minimum wage. This actually sounds good on paper. Hey, raise minimum wage. He's talking about $9 an hour. Now, I have a lot of foreign viewers, so minimum wage right now in the United States is $7 and some odd cents an hour. I believe it's 25 cents. And some states have a higher minimum wage. According to minimum wage laws, if your state has a minimum wage law and it's higher than the federal, you go by the state. And the state of Michigan's minimum wage law is $7.45 an hour. So, for me, that's minimum wage. He's proposed raising it to $9 an hour to match the cost of living, which sounds like a really good idea on paper. The problem with it is Walmart doesn't pay their employees $9 an hour all the time. So let's assume that they raise their employees $9 an hour. Well, it's going to wind up reflecting in the prices that we pay at Walmart. I actually avoid shopping at Walmart like the plague, but I do know people that used to work there, so I know some of the statistics. He did kind of talk about, like, corporate profits are up, and yeah, they're up, but they're going to try to keep them up, too. That's the bad part about greedy companies. Now, here's why I don't shop at Walmart, is because you could spot greedy companies a mile away half the time. So, all this is really going to do is hurt mom and pop shops, who the only reason that they're paying their employees at minimum wage is because they really can't afford it. If they were making buku bucks, a lot of these mom and pop shops would probably be paying their employees a lot more. And last but not least, and of course he did cover gun control. I remember in one of the games that I play, Star Trek Online, I made a bet with one of my friends that I play with on there all the time. And I went, let's make a drinking game over how many times gun control gets mentioned during the State of the Union. Good thing it wasn't a real drinking game, because I watched this on PBS, and before the president ever came out, the words gun control were said so many times, I would be dead. I would have never lived through all that. I will openly admit I was lightweight, but if I was drinking something with 1% alcohol by hell, one of my alcoholic friends would be dead before the president ever stepped up, and if he was only drinking beer. That's how badly it was. I don't necessarily agree with gun control. There's some aspects to gun control I do agree with. Like closing the loopholes for background checks. Some people might disagree with me on that. Fine, whatever. Banning assault weapons. Not really, because I don't much care if you own an assault weapon. I live in Detroit. People don't walk around with assault weapons. I don't have to worry about somebody with an assault weapon down the street. What I'm more worried about is the person with the handgun hiding it. Because the person that doesn't want me to know that he has a gun is the one I'm more worried about. But either way, if guns were made illegal, I bet you I could find you ways to get them. It's a sad but true fact. Actually, in the future, I intend to cover more on gun control. I'm going to work out a way to actually cover that. I haven't worked that one out yet. My next video, which is going to be on a political topic on this channel, will be covering the healthcare bill. Most importantly, one of my friends wants me to dissect the conspiracy theory that the healthcare bill has a stipulation that requires all Americans get an RFID chip implanted in them. She is a little bit conspiracy theorist, I will admit. I think she believes it and is kind of scared of it. Alright, I will cover it just because I walked up to her. Well, I sent her a message and said, name me any topic for my vlogging channel you want me to cover, and I will cover it. And she said, cover RFID chips in the Obamacare bill. It being forced on Americans and this and that. This is a very common misconception. Even people who I otherwise consider rational. It is because if you open the healthcare bill, you see it's 1,032 pages, I think it is. It's a pretty massive bill. And it's of course written in law, so, you know, that's hard. Alright, this has been a pretty long video. I wish I could have gotten the stuff to chop into here. I'm also testing out a new position to record at, hoping that the light is better. It's a little more harsh coming in at me, but, so until next time, I gotta do some white balancing, I think. Let me know how you think about this. I might continue with political videos. Alright, till then, peace.